Do you guys play any music yourselves?
I used to.
Play the
Like, I'm a bit.
triangle really well.
In the opening scene of, have you ever seen Two Girls, One Cup?
Oh,
Oh no.
Yeah, I think that.
yeah, no, I
during
can
the
back
week.
that. Genuinely, I love
Yeah.
suits. I love a good suit. My
We all
girl,
know that he's just got no pants on down below where the camera is. He's just literally got a blazer and a shirt and a tie. It's absolutely, maybe socks on, but there's nothing else on underneath.
that actually was what I originally was wearing, and then I remembered I have to stand up for the intro. So
The stuff we've got on the Sex album, which is a great album, but it's just about fucking. I mean, it is. I think there's one or two songs about doing other shit, but it's called The Sex. Yeah, it was perfect way to end that, and mate, I couldn't stop crying. I swear to God, I was just like bawling my eyes out. Yeah, they've done it all, haven't they?
Are you building Lego?
I've got these little Lego things. I'm just playing with his fucking cave. I've got my Harry Potter Lego. Look. This little fucking thing here, man.
Hello, and welcome to day 3 of Uncensored Week. I'm your host, Riley.
And I'm your host, Tom. And we are joined by some lovely guests again today.
Woo!
Woo! How you doing, guys?
Hello.
We're all good. So we are joined by James and GC of
The Big Dirty.
Jesus. Oh, yes, the Big Dirty.
Yes.
Shows how fucked my brain is today. I did. I normally go through it all, and it's just my brain's not all there today.
Tell you, I give Tom the power. I let him join the opening, and this is what happens. So
yeah, see, that's it. You just can't get the help nowadays, can you?
Honestly,
no, not at all. So, how are you boys doing today?
Yeah, good thanks, man. Good.
Yeah, it's actually quite nice to be doing a podcast again, and sort of talking about music again, which is quite nice. Yeah, we've had a couple of months off the game, so it's actually quite nice.
Yeah. I mean,
definitely.
we're more than happy to get you on. It's great that we've actually managed to reach out to you and get a hold of you and get you on.
Yeah, well, thanks to our lovely agent Katie. So she sort of messaged us and was like, "Would you guys want to do a podcast?" We're like, "Yeah, that'd be awesome, man." So it's quite nice. It's a nice evening as well. So.
She's been a lot of help to us, especially leading up to this week.
Yeah,
just she's trying awesome, to get. I think she got us one of our earlier bands that we had at the start of the week, Walking Coma.
Oh yes, well. Yeah. She did, yes.
Yeah, she got
good about that.
Yeah, which is good. It's just nice to have people just helping us out.
Yeah, she was hyping you guys up, so that was really cool, man. We were like, yeah.
Well,
awesome.
I seem
disappointed.
I seem to think that we're getting a bit bigger than we were a good year ago.
Everybody starts somewhere, man.
Exactly. You got to build it up from the ground.
Yeah, and it's nice. Hopefully, one day we'll be able to tell our kids, "Oh, we were on that," and they're like, "No, you weren't, Dad. Shut up." And I'm telling you, it's cool, man. So we're happy to be here, man, and they're talking about the music again. It's a shame we have. Dom, our drummer, he's at the cinema. I'm not sure what he's going to see tonight. And our guitarist, I think it would be actually. I expect. Yeah. And the guitarist C Diddy, bless him, he's still up to his elbows in shit and vomit because he's got his newborn. I mean, he's always up to his elbows in shit and vomit with the rest of the band, but it's actually for a worthy cause this time and not just him looking after the rest of us.
Yeah, but it's sad that we can't have the other boys here with us, but at least we got you lot.
No, that's it. You got the best of a bad bunch, so it's okay.
Exactly. So we'd kick it off with just a couple of questions, maybe, and just get to know you boys.
Yeah.
So, how did the Big Dirty come to where they currently are?
There's a long story. We've I mean, JC and myself, we've been and Dom actually, but Dom joined us last year. We've been friends for a long time. We were in bands when we were kids, and we stopped doing music for a long time, and then I think it was like 2013, wasn't it, Cutler? We just we were doing some music. I think we were hanging out one day with an old guitarist, and we just started doing some music. It kind of evolved, and we were a sort of, for a while, we were a hard rock band called The Last of Us. And we packed that in like 2017, 18, and we met Chris, our current guitarist, and a drummer called Dave. And I think the original Big Dirty name came from, is it the Every Time I Die album, Cutler?
Yeah, I stole it from an album, at the time.
Yeah.
Not thinking it would amount to anything. And here we are. So we had a computer game, and now we're lip-sticking albums. So
yeah, but we can cut out. But we sort of like we got back together, and we were like, right, what do we want to do? And we thought, fuck it, let's just do sleaze rock music. So we bought ourselves some tights and makeup, and just turned into what we are now. It's slowly evolving. I mean, we started off very, very tongue in cheek, and we've kind of changed slightly. Our tone has changed slightly. We're still the Big Dirty Way, but I think some of the newer material that we've got coming out is a little bit more, I don't want to say on the serious side. I just think a little more, a little deeper than, just, the stuff we've got on the Sex album, which is a great album, but it's just about fucking. I mean, it is. I think there's one or two songs about doing other shit, but it's called The Sex, and it was it's hard because my daughter's turned 13. She turned 13 yesterday, and she loves the album, and she, like, her friends sing the album, and it's hard because I don't think they get a lot of the innuendos, or they've been singing it for like since they were like 10, but you can see it now. She's starting to get some of the shit, and it's obviously a bit like, oh fuck, that's my dad talking about that. So yeah, it's I think it's changed the way she looks at me ever so slightly, but I'm sure she still loves me all the same.
Yeah.
And then we obviously we are where we are now. We sort of started to not climb the scene. We got involved in the scene probably 2 years ago properly, and we played with some awesome bands, and then we joined Katie about a year ago. I think we drive her up the wall, bless her, because she's so good. She's always offering us gigs, but we're such busy boys. We've either got something on, or we're away on a stag do or a hen do. But I think we've started working on 2024 now, and we've got shows booked until the end of the year from around July. We sort of said everything. We're going to have a little bit of time off now, and then come back in July when the guitarist has kind of had his sort of period with his baby, so they can get sort of on their feet properly, and then just get back on the horse, man, which should be cool. So I'm going off on a tangent. Sorry.
No,
that's fine.
Honestly, we're trying to make it a bit more freeform anyway. So that's really go on all the tangents you want. You mentioned that you're like going on tour next year. Are there any particular venues that you're excited to play?
We've got a big launch. I can't talk too much about it because we're still not. It was meant to be this year, but we've got a big launch, and it's coming out this year. And I can't talk too much about it, but it might. Look, it potentially could be international. It might not be, but it's all kind of getting planned. It was meant to be this year, and then our guitarist obviously got his missus pregnant, so we sort of put it back a year. It was going to be a summer release, so we're working out about. Chris is the one that you need to speak to, really. We're fucking useless. I just turn up to the shows. Yeah, he's got all the organize. The band is nothing without him, really, is it? Let's be fair.
Yeah, he's the mother.
He kind of, because he's got the studio, and he's like he's like the serious one. So him and JC kind of you're more serious than like me and Dom. We're like the children of the band. Like, we just get steaming and just have a good time. Where obviously Chris is like, no, there's a time for work and a time for fun. But
You know that old picture of evolution where it starts with a monkey and it goes up to the adult, and the human is Chris, and it goes slowly back through the evolution. You're at the back end of it.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That does sound about. Yeah, that's spot on.
You'd mentioned Sharkfest. That does ring a bell. Like, I feel like I've seen it somewhere, but I just can't remember where.
Yeah, well, there's we're doing one actually. I tell you what, we're with Blitz and Hell's Addiction as well in September. That's somewhere. I think that's Leicester. Because they had Shark Fest at Cannock. I think they had that one in April, and they've got another one on Saturday, the 28th of October. Can't remember who's playing apart from us, but I know there's some really cool bands on there, so that should be awesome.
That's what I remember because it's in Cannock, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah, we played there before, and it was really cool. Actually, really enjoyed it. It's a really good sound, really good crowd, really good vibe. So we're looking forward to that. It'll just be nice to, like I say, our last show was we played. Where was it? It was Wolverhampton, wasn't it? We played Wolverhampton at we played the show in Wolverhampton. We played the one in Nottingham, then the week after played Wolverhampton, and then we knocked it on the head. I think it was sort of the start of May when Chris's baby was born. Yeah. So we've sort of taken like a couple of months off. It's been nice. Like, so we've written a lot of. We've got a lot of new music coming. We've got some. We've done a music video that we're waiting for. We've got another one planned, and we've just been writing and just sort of spending a bit more time because we all have quite high impact jobs and we've all got families and kids. So it's been nice to kind of take a bit of time out to spend with them, but obviously at the same time keeping focused on the band. So we're not put everything on hold or gone on a hiatus. We've just sort of taken a step back. Taking a step back for a little bit. It's been quite nice. And then, like I say, from July onwards, it'll be full steam ahead again. But I can't remember where I was going with this. Anyway, I've just waffled on. I've completely lost.
That's good. We need a lot of waffling.
Yeah. You're gonna ask lots of questions asking for specifics. You're gonna get absolutely no specifics and an answer you didn't ask for. Is what's gonna happen.
No specifics, only waffle.
Yeah.
I'm gonna answer your question just with more questions. It's just
that's the name of the next album, The Big Waffle. That's what it is.
But yeah, fuck that.
I believe I have just looked at this year's Shark Fest that happened back in April, and quite a few good friends of our podcast have actually played it. We'll play it this year.
Who was there this year? Was White Raven down there?
Yeah, we're meant to be having them on in August.
They are awesome. They're like a good friends of ours. We got a lot. I've got a lot of stuff saying. Stu is a really cool. They're all really cool guys actually, and they've done so well
on the list. We just haven't. They're on the list. They're just not set in stone yet.
Yeah.
But Karma Effect played, which
they're doing really well, man. They're killing.
They're doing really well.
Yeah,
they're doing really well.
Karma Effects are brilliant.
Yeah, they're really, really good. They kind of come sort of a cropper about the last sort of year and just like flown. It's really awesome to see that, man.
Yeah, they've really rocketed lately.
Yeah, and the scene are really behind them, which is good because it is a good scene. Like once you get involved, there's some really cool people. You see the same faces at all the shows, and I think that's really nice that people go out of their way to support each other in this scene. Like you do get your, like any industry, you get your assholes and you get your people that don't gel so well. But generally, we've not come across that yet. We've generally got along with everyone, and I think there's some really, really cool people that support it, both from the band side of things and the industry, and from the fans themselves as well, which is really cool to see.
Yeah, that's cool. I did just want to mention about the Karma Effect that they've actually announced a tour that they're doing. Really? I think it's all through Kent as well.
I know,
and some of our good friends are also known as Thieves of Liberty are supporting them as well.
Oh yeah.
Because they are the ones that do our intro music.
Oh, I see. That's pretty cool. Then. So are they friends? Cool. Are they friends from the scene, or are they like hometown friends?
Oh no, they are friends from the scene.
Yeah, friends from the scene.
I think it was originally Riley asked if we could use one of their songs, and it's just stayed with us for an amazing amount of months.
That's awesome, man.
It's one of the it's one of the few and far between business inputs that I put in. I was like, God, mate, that band we just had on, listen to them, they're quality, them. We have one of their songs. It was like, yeah, sure. And I was like, I mean, I don't know if it works like that. I'm probably going to steal a bunch of money for you so we can use it.
No, that's cool, man. Yeah, building connections.
Yeah, exactly. I messaged them and was like, hey, really like this song. Can we use it in the opening of the podcasts? And they were like, yeah, sweet. Just just have it. And we're like, oh, sick.
Free advertisement for them, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
and it's stuck. So,
well, that's really cool, man. Have you who have you got else you got upcoming on the podcast? Who have you had so far?
Oh, mate, it is a big old number of names that we've had so far.
I was looking at a few of them earlier, and I was like, see, there's like been quite a variation of bands as well and styles, which is quite cool.
Yeah, we don't stop at any genre of music, really. I mean, I normally do all the booking and all that, so I'll just book a load of bands. That I'll just book rock, metal, any kind of band that are out there.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I do feel it's quite difficult to bridge. It's like that. There's a big difficulty of bridging the gap in like certain spots this industry, because like the rock and metal scene, everyone is so like friendly. Everyone is always happy. Like, I mean, literally, like you got message like a few days ago at most, like, hey, there's a podcast. And like
yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I was about to say it was yesterday.
Like literally yesterday.
I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning. I think I saw it, and I was driving to London, and it popped. I looked at my WhatsApp, and I was like, "Oh, Kate was like, do you want to do a podcast tonight?" I was like, "Yeah, fucking go on then." And then, and then cut. I was like, "JC, can you do it?" The other two guys, I was like, "No, as long as one person can be there to stop me from destroying our reputation or burying the band." You know what I mean? Like just saying things I shouldn't say and talking shit, but. No, it's cool, man, and like I say, it's nice. It's nice to, you know, it's half hour at your time, isn't it, to do something nice for each other. So it's cool, man. Exactly. And like you say, it's everyone's so friendly and everyone's so cool. So yeah, exactly. It's a great thing to support them, to be a part of. Do you guys play any music yourselves?
I used to.
Like, I'm a bit really well.
Yeah,
I'm a bit all over the place, really. I used to play drums like years ago. When I was back in school, I've got a drum kit still, but I don't actually use it. No. I've got a guitar that I haven't played for months.
It's good to just pick it up and so often, though, isn't it, man? It's good.
Yeah,
it's better to have learned something than to have never picked it up. You know what I mean? It's better
exactly. I managed to teach myself like the intro bit from one of Megadeth's songs.
Right. Well, that's not that easy then. So you know, that's not bad.
I can play it like really slowly, but I can play the intro to Sweat and Bullets, which is like I've always thought if I was to start playing guitar, that's what I want to learn.
That's what you want to do. Yeah. I remember when we were kids, I was the lead singer and I was shit. So they booted me out and put me on rhythm guitar, and I just got given this second-hand guitar. Do you remember this colour? Yeah, and they just showed me these 4 chords, and it was just terrible. I didn't even have an amp. So they would all be rocking out, and I'd just be at the side with no amp, just trying to learn these 4 chords. Never took a guitar lesson. It was worse. And then I think in the end, I can't remember who took over as the singer, but they were too scared to sing live, so you were forced to take me back, which was quite nice. I think we were only about 15, 16 at the time. It was 20 odd years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah,
years together, scary, isn't it, mate?
That's fucking crazy, isn't it, man? 21 years doing music.
The amount of times myself and Riley have tried to, well, actually, no, I wouldn't say myself and Riley, I'd say me. I tried to start a band, tried to include Riley, never went anywhere.
This has been sitting here ages. It's one of those, like, because my dad, he's a wizard with just instruments in general. Like, he knows so many. So I was like, you know what? I mean, we've got enough guitars in our house. I might as well try to learn.
Learn one, yeah.
Yeah,
do a lot of shit online now, can't you?
Yeah, exactly. And like my dad, it's not like my dad can teach me easily, but it's one of those where I really need like a second person. Like with the podcast, if it was just me, it would have stopped 9 months ago, because I need that other person to make sure like you've got to be doing this. So it's just been sitting there, and I need to pick it back up because I mean this guitar's been through generations, so I kind of need to learn it to pass it down to the next one. But
I think to do it, man, pick it up. It's never too late to start a band. I mean, look at us. We're all fucking old. We're getting older. You know, we're still trying. We're still trying. Still trying to make it.
Going back to what you asked earlier about who we've had on, I feel like we started off decently strong in like the first 10 to 15 episodes.
Oh, nice. Who did you have on?
we had on the first 3 episodes, we managed to have Baz from Massive Wagons.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah,
awesome,
which
man.
was
He's really cool. Actually, he's a nice guy.
yeah, he's a
really
really nice guy.
I still need to see him live, honestly.
They're doing really well for themselves.
Definitely. We had a couple of members of the treatment on by like I think episode was it 7 or 8?
I want to say it was 8. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think they were one of the big ones for us because we've just idolized them ever since we'd seen them.
We were gutted, man, because during COVID, we were supporting them at the KK Steel Mill. It was us. Yeah. Who was it, Jake Cutler? It was us. The treatment were headlining, and then there was us and another band on support. And
Probably,
COVID.
what was it?
So it would have been 2020. It would have been No, it would have been 2021. Yeah, and I can't remember who the other band was, but it was all set, and it was like
might have been Piston.
Might have been. It was, but I know it was 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks before, or 2 or 3 weeks before it happened. Obviously, because of COVID, they shut it all down, and I was gutted. Because I really,
I think they did it like a year later. Yeah, they did it a year later.
They did, yeah.
That's when they had.
We were invited that one. We'd missed our shot.
COVID messed up your shot to get on.
COVID messed it up, mate. Fucking COVID. No, it'll be fine. There'll be plenty more.
Yeah, me and Tom this weekend, as of recording, are going to see them at. Is it Strawberry Fest, Tom?
Yeah, Strawberry Fair in Cambridge.
So there's Strawberry Fair in Cambridge.
That this weekend?
Yeah, this is this Saturday up in Cambridge. So that's a bit of a trek.
Has that got Empire on it as well?
I think so.
I
need to have a look. I believe it.
I saw a poster.
They're free thing. Like they're just invited people.
Oh, maybe it's not. Then I saw a poster there, and I know Empire was special guest support for treatment with a few bands. Empire, a good friend of ours. Like we're obviously all from Northampton, so we sort of know each other. We played with each other a couple of times. Yeah, they're a really cool bunch of guys, man. Obviously, they're polar opposites to us, but a very, very nice bunch of guys. Hendrik and Bids and everybody else. So yeah, cool. But like I say, I mean, everyone we've met so far, there isn't anybody that we've not got along with. Do you know what I mean? It's cool. We played the Patriot at the start of the year, and there's a couple of guys from I think it was King Kraken were there, and some of us, and we were hanging out. It was really nice, man. It's a really nice venue. It's really nice people. So yeah, it is nice to be part of the scene. Do you know what I mean? It's nice to get out and see the people and have a bit of fun. I kind of wish we'd have done it when we were younger, because the hangovers take their toll on you now. The idea of touring, like you're always saying it, you're like, you can't drink as much on a tour. You're gonna fuck yourself up, but I don't know how I'm gonna survive. But it'll be fun. So we do two gigs. We do like a weekend of shows. It takes me like 3 days to recover. So yeah, I booked time off work. People are like, oh, did you party? I was like, no, just tired from jumping around on stage in tights and makeup. Coming home after a show, and you go to McDonald's and you forget you've still got like all my wife's fucking lipstick all over my face and shit. I was like, oh fuck,
that's brilliant.
Yeah, so some sort of dirty sleaze. I'm not going to say, but yeah, it is what it is. But it's just the way we live our lives, isn't it?
Yeah. This meeting's about to end, so I need to quickly segue on to part 2. But we will see you in the second part. Hello, and welcome back to the Uncensored podcast. So I'm just going to hit another Kickstarter question off to start part 2. So who would you if fuck, this isn't my question.
Take the question. I know what question you're going to ask.
Okay, no. Are there any? We're going to restart. Hello, welcome to part 2. So we've got a little Kickstarter question here. Is there any songs of yours that you would put in any particular moments of a movie?
I would put Dirty Rider in the opening scene of. Have you ever seen Two Girls, One Cup?
Oh no.
Yeah, I think that would go very well with that. Yeah. What about you?
Oh dear.
Oh my god, you've thrown me off.
We're not getting into that tonight.
Cutler, you must have one.
Do you know Bed Knobs and Broomsticks, where you've got all the suits of armor and they're hitting the drums? I'll put Rhythm Your Drum across to that with all marching.
Yeah, that would be good. That would be good.
Yeah, that was completely off the top of my head, so it's shit. But
I mean, I don't know. Do these guys know Bed Knobs and Broomsticks?
I know of the film. I know of the film. I've just never watched it properly.
Yeah. I mean, it's not. It's not something. I don't know. I would advise. It was that little. Is it the woman out of Murder She Wrote?
I've no idea, mate.
Was it her? The one that did Murder She Wrote, and I can't remember. I'm sure it was her. I think she's dead now, but she was in it. I think she was.
Probably is, mate. She's about 50 in Bed Knobs and Broomsticks. That's about a 50-year-old film.
Yeah, but you never. You know what the thing is, though? Have you ever looked at like old films? And you look at people from like, because they all grew up on powdered egg and shit like that. And like half of them were like 25 and they looked about 60. If you look at like Clark Gable and people, they were in their 30s. They looked like my dad. It was just, yeah. So, you know, it's like granddad's, you know, I mean, I think my granddad was, when I was born, was about 45 and he looked like 90 when I was a kid.
That is true, actually. Yeah,
they all did. And they all wear suits everywhere, no matter what day it is. It could be a fucking Tuesday in the middle of summer, and they'll be in a suit wandering around the streets.
Currently, like I reckon that's what Riley does on during the week.
That. Genuinely, I love suits. I love a good suit.
We all know that he's just got no pants on down below where the camera is. He's just literally got a blazer and a shirt and a tie. It's absolutely maybe socks on, but there's nothing else on underneath.
That actually was what I originally was wearing, and then I remembered I have to stand up for the intro. So I'm actually wearing both trousers and socks, but they are ankle socks. Yeah,
probably not suit ones. Yeah, it's a good effort regardless. We can let you off the ankle socks.
In my defence, there would have been no point of me walking around my room where my feet would have been shown, but I had a precaution to just put any type of sock on anyway.
Just in case.
We had to roll with ankle socks.
And I like the fact that you didn't lie. You could have told us you had normal socks on, but you told us you had ankle socks. So
I've got to be transparent here. This is
no, I think that's good. Transparency.
People want to know.
Could have been so much worse. He could have been wearing jack-ups. Could have had his trousers all the way up to his calf.
Yeah, they could have been. So you know, you dodged a few bullets there, Riley.
Yeah, I'm not quite a sadist.
No.
I would also like to add a little bit on. It's kind of related to Riley's earlier question where he asked about music in certain films. It's still going along the lines of it's about films. So they make a biopic about your band, about the Big Dirty. What celebrity would you pick to play yourself?
I would say Shaquille O'Neal. Yeah, a large American black man, I think would be perfect for me. What about you, Cutler? I would say for you, Cutler. I
was gonna go with. I was thinking along the lines of like Emma Thompson.
Emma Thompson would be good for you. I think she would. Yeah. I think she'd pull off the beard quite well.
I think she would do that quite well.
No, I mean, if I was actually going to have me, I don't know. It'd have to be someone that's. I don't know. Who would you have? Who would you think, Cutler?
I'd have Dave Grohl play me, mate. I think he's the only option.
I can see that.
Yeah, when I have my long hair, mate. I think you'd be Vin Diesel, mate, or something.
Yeah, I'd like to have Jack Black play me. If I could have anybody play me, it would be Jack Black. I don't know if
it's always Jack Black.
Yeah, Jack Black, mate, all the way.
Tom, you know what I've learned? There's two types of people we've got who answer this question. There's Jack Black and there's Jason Momoa.
Jason Momoa would be good. I would take that if he agreed to it. I would 100%. I'd take that. There's a massive difference. So is it Jason Momoa or Jack Black? It's there's not really a middle ground there.
But they are the primary two. It's like yin and yang.
Yeah, I think they're the coolest people about now at the moment. I mean, I love Jack Black. I've forgiven him for his appearance in The Mandalorian. I think he's just a great all rounder, and he's fucking got an awesome singing voice. So
Yeah,
I remember
definitely.
I remember when I was a kid, man, like seeing him in. He was one of the nasties in the Never Ending Story 3, and then suddenly he obviously was in like Tenacious D and fucking just went on from there. And I still remember being like 2002, I think, or 3 when the Tenacious D album, the first album, came out. And I used to have it on a CD. And remember, you used to pack like your CD. I mean, you wouldn't remember, but when I was doing my paper round, you just have a CD player, so pack it in, and you just have to stuff it into your coat. Like you'd have to rip your coat open, like your pocket open, you carry it around. Yeah, going and just listen to that. And I think, what was the album called? Was it called "I Get Wet" by Andrew WK?
Yeah, I bought it from a charity shop over there for £2.
Yeah,
did you? I was well excited.
Yeah. But it's now like you've got Spotify. Yeah. So, but that then it was.
Yeah. I mean,
have like,
I still collect CDs anyway. I've got like a
cool, man. It's like a new vinyl.
I have a decently big CD collection. I mean, the latest one I bought, Wicked Jackals, a good friend of the podcast.
We like Wicked Jackals. We played with them before. They're really cool guys, man.
We did our we've got them on next week. On top of that, we did a photo shoot with them, I think, a couple of months ago.
Oh, nice. Yeah, they're really cool guys.
Lovely bunch of lads.
I like the way they look as well. They look cool, man. They're like a sleazy looking band. Yeah, we played with them. I can't remember where it was. Somewhere in London.
It was the Patriot, wasn't it?
No, it was where the Arto. Remember, Arto Van Dietrich, his bar. They gave us. Do you know what? I can't remember what the festival. It was a festival of some type. And I remember it was where we got the whiskey cannon out. I can't remember what it was, but it was somewhere in London. But it was really cool, man. It was a cool venue, and they were on just before us. They were really, really nice bunch of lads as well. Really nice people. I can't remember.
They've been quite supportive of our podcast because obviously, what the plan. Well, we don't really have a plan, but what we seem to be doing is just having a load of upcoming like rock and metal bands come on and just try and get out there. Like that's what we're trying to get. That's what we're trying to do.
Yeah, it's just a nice podcast, a nice chat. You know what I mean? And it obviously gets your name out there and your brand, and gets you more involved, and it helps bands at the same time. Ultimately, it turns on its axis, doesn't it? Everyone helping everybody out, so it is what it is. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I think that's what makes it so great. The rock and metal scene, like the unsigned sort of like that kind of the sort of side of it, like, you know what I mean, like everybody helping out. Yeah, I think it's really cool, man. But
he just finished his second mouthful of food there.
What is he? I don't know. I've got my phone. I can only see one screen at a time whoever's talking.
Oh, I'm frozen.
Talk about you saying Jack Black and his first thing. Just come to me. Do you remember the film Jackal with Bruce Willis, where he's the assassin?
Yeah, and he blows his
Jack
fucking
Black told him to blows his hand off because he had the facts.
Yeah, I watched that not long ago. That's the
first time I saw Jack Black in a film. He had his bleach blonde hair, didn't he?
The first thing I saw him in was X-Files. He was in the X-Files and he got electrocuted by that kid who could control electric. It was his mate. They used to work at the arcade store. You don't remember that one? You must remember that. It was fucking old. I'm watching. What am I watching at the moment? Yellow Jackets and Rum. Yeah, it's fucking sick, man. Like this.
I've heard that's quite good.
Yeah, I've not watched that. Is it any good?
Yeah. Which one? Yellow Jackets or From?
Either.
They're both good, man. Yellow Jackets is it's like Lord of the Flies. And From is mental. Yeah, it's like these girls, female soccer team crash land on this they crash land somewhere in America on the way to a final in the 90s. And they just got to survive in the wilderness. And they're like,
so it literally is just Lord of the Flies.
Yeah, they're just like eating each other and
a bit more
doing all sorts of shit. Like, yeah. They're out there for like a year and a half. I think by the end of the first week, I'd have eaten at least half of Chris and Dom if it happened to the band. I think you'd probably be okay, Cutler, for at least the first week. But I definitely would have eaten at least
half of the girls then, mate.
I would have eaten more than half of the girls.
I reckon I could survive a long time without eating anyone. I reckon I could live off the fruits of the land.
I would end up just like fucking eating my own foot or something like that. Oh,
I'll
man.
be interested to see what someone tasted like though. Wouldn't be starving. Would just be like, should we
I'd just be like, they'd be like, James, you just ate a full roast dinner before we flew. And I'm like, oh no, I've been here 10 minutes.
Still hungry.
There's a rescue team there, and I'm still trying to get like some leg. Let me just try. A bit of salt on that.
Oh.
Yeah, so if you get the second, I suggest it. Again, I've gone off tangent, but yeah.
No, yeah, what's it on?
Now TV.
Amazon Prime and Now TV. Yeah.
The only shite ones.
I'm watching it on the dodgy Fire Stick at the moment. But yeah.
You know, I am actually living because we got Fire Stick because my uncle had two. So he was like, "Oh, I have this one." So I was like, "Oh, yes, I can finally watch my cool boxing matches illegally." Which is a joke. I've paid for every single one that I've ever watched. I've never.
Joking.
Yes, I've never illegally streamed anything.
Okay, of course.
Yeah. But in hypothetically, if I was gonna try, I hypothetically found out that my uncle actually didn't have any of the piracy stuff, and I was so happy because I was like, yes, I would never pirate anything. So I've got a Fire Stick, but it can only really do the things that I already have on my TV.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, I can also play 2048.
Yeah, so it's not that great, really. Yeah, I mean, oh no, yeah, mine's all legal and shit. But I the only thing I hate, it's like I had BT Sport, and I was paying like £25 a month for that. But the fucking boxing on there, you've got like, I mean, like I watch boxing. I won't watch the YouTuber boxing, but I wanted to watch Tommy Fury versus Jake Paul just for the sake of watching it. And I had to pay like an extra £19 for it, and I was like, "There's no way I'm paying that." So I've just cancelled that. But yeah, I've got a dodgy stick, so I can sort of watch that kind of crap on there, and it never is worth it. And I'm so glad it's dodgy because it makes me feel so much better that I'm getting it for free. Screwing
You've both taken two very different angles on this dodgy stick vibe, haven't you? You guys gone completely different ways with that.
I think the only different thing on my dodgy stick that I didn't already have, I can now watch Paramount Plus for all 3 shows they've got.
Yeah, I've somehow signed up to that, and I don't know how to cancel my subscription. It had Halo on it.
I need to watch that.
Yeah, Halo was pretty cool. I'm just worried they're not going to make a second season, and it kind of makes the whole thing pointless. But then I was like, the rest of the stuff is just dog shit. And
hey, don't be cutting South Park out of that.
No, I've got South Park on Amazon Prime though, so I've just finished season 26.
How many fucking seasons are there?
It's mental, mate.
Isn't it like 30 something?
Yeah, I love it as well because they were like the last episode they were playing like Warhammer and shit like that, and I'm quite a big fan of Warhammer. So I was like, I like the fact they've got like cultural geeky references in there. Yeah. And Randy just being fucking Randy, which is the best thing ever. But
the thing is, they'll never run out. They'll never run out of ideas for South Park.
They don't, because they just take modern culture and sort of stereotypes and just turn it. Some of the stories are so much. I mean, you can see when they're running out of a bit of steam, but they always sort of bring it back in the end. But they
end up having like Andrew Tate in an episode. Oh, I heard about that.
He was in the last episode with the Warhammer. Like he just randomly popped up there, and it wasn't obviously Andrew Tate. It was clearly meant to be Andrew Tate. Yeah. But yeah, it was just him just fucking going wild. I think I can't remember what he was doing, but it was full of women trying to respect themselves, and he came in and started kicking off about it, and Randy was with him. I don't know what was going on. It was fucking mental. It's classic. That and I think that and Rick and Morty are like my 2 fucking cartoon go-tos. I've just started getting back into anime again, and I bought fucking Crunchyroll for One Punch Man, and they've just got rid of it. They've got it on there in French. So. Yeah, it does my head in, man.
Is One Punch Man not on Netflix anymore?
No, they've taken it. There's something to do with legality, and it's not even on my dodgy sticks. It must be really fucking hard to get hold of. So fucking like you can't get it anyway. You can get it in French, and I don't quite understand why. But it did used to be on Netflix, and there's another thing called there's an anime. If you ever watch anime, watch a thing called Berserk. It's one of the best animes ever, and
I've heard about it.
It's awesome.
I'm not an anime person. That's the thing.
Yeah, see, if you're not an anime person, then I watch it.
The only two I used to watch was when I was a kid. I only used to watch Pokemon and Digimon. Technically,
I never watched
anime.
Digimon. I liked Pokemon.
I loved Digimon.
I liked Pokemon. I always thought it was a bit weird. Like, he was 10, wasn't he? And his mum just let him fuck off into the world. I always thought, as I get older, the more I think it's a bit weird, because it's like this kid going out and abusing animals in the wild, like using one of his animals to beat another animal into submission and then capturing it and then using that animal to fight other animals. Yeah. So the older I get, the more fucked up that seems. But I loved it because I remember when Pokemon. Do you remember when Blue and Red came out in like 2000?
Yeah, the Game Boy.
I remember the day they all dropped. So
yeah, and that was like the best thing ever. It was. I remember having it on the Game Boy and playing it religiously. Like, I remember driving in the cars, and you had like the color Game Boy, and you'd be night driving trying to play it, and going underneath lamp posts and shit, and like you'd have to just wait till the light went over so you could see what you were doing and shit like that. Like, it was glued to my hand
on the screen, didn't you? Do you remember that came over the top? You plugged it in, that little torch.
That's it. Yeah, I never had that. Never was that privileged.
Oh, yeah. We had a little torch, mate.
Yeah,
mate, it's completely different for me. I had started playing Pokemon when I was like, I think 12.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I'd got into like the 4th generation of it. Like, started then.
Was that like, what was it, like Diamond or some shit like that? Yeah, and that was like so much better. Was that on
DS? That was on Nintendo DS.
Yes, that was it. Yeah. See, that was like way past my time.
My first, by the time I got into it, I'm pretty sure my first game was X. So that's like Gen 6, I think.
That was that was the 3DS. That was all the 3DS stuff.
Yeah, see,
I was playing Game Boy with the green screen with the first Pokemon on it. Do you remember that, James? Was it?
Yeah, I remember.
Red and blue, wasn't it?
I remember I had the original Game Boy. I remember that. I remember having the original Game Boy. I still remember the launch of the first PlayStation. I can still remember seeing the adverts on TV for the very
first. I used to have a PlayStation 1 as well. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's up in my loft.
Yeah, it was fucking sick. I remember it when it came out, because before that it'd been like 16-bit games. You had like the Nintendo and the Mega Drive. The Sega Master System. And I remember when the PlayStation came out, because it was the first game I knew of where you could actually save your game on it, and that's what I got Final Fantasy VII on that, and that was like the best game ever. So I was a Tekken
person. I loved Tekken. Tekken 3 was my game.
Is that the one that is that the first one that had Angel and Devil on it and shit like that?
I think so.
I remember I had a mate. Yeah, and Eddie. Did that have Eddie Gordo on it, or was that?
Yeah.
Is that Eddie Gordo? Yeah.
Was Eddie the one, the Jamaican one?
Yeah.
I'm thinking. Yeah. Also, yeah. There was like a load of characters. I loved Tekken, and the one thing I never had one of the save like drive things, so I just have to play it and then turn my PlayStation off, turn it back on, and there still wouldn't be a save.
Oh,
so I'd have to go back to square one and try and complete the whole lot in a day, and then essentially restart. And then start another day.
Yeah, out of curiosity, I just want to like temper on from this. What would you say is the best like side scroll fighter like franchise? Because you've got your Mortal Kombat, your Tekken, your Injustice, your Street Fighter.
I think the best is gonna. I think the best is Mortal Kombat.
I've got to agree. I can't wait for Mortal Kombat 1.
Yeah,
I like what they're doing.
Yeah, I think the character variation. I think the fact that it was the first game that used real life models. Like, if you look at the original Mortal Kombat that came out in like 92, 93, like you can see the behind the scenes, and they dress these people up and they filmed them in different fighting positions. They use real life models, and it was the first game that had like the gore option.
Yeah,
it was like an 18th when it came out, and I mean the fact that it was an 18th is mental, but it just shows you what the state of games were back then because the blood is so cartoony. But I think that I mean I don't play a lot of side scroll. I don't play a lot of beat 'em ups to be honest. But I think Mortal Kombat that alongside Street Fighter, but Tekken's obviously massive as well, especially over. I think I don't know who makes Tekken, but I know over like sort of Korea and Asia.
It's like either Korea or Japan that make it.
Yeah, it's massive over there. Same with Street Fighter. They're both huge over that way.
I got to say, Mortal Kombat has definitely got the best combo system. I feel like it just flows nicely.
Yeah, and you get your fatalities, and you've got some really cool. They've put in some awesome characters over the years. You've got everyone from like Leatherface to Terminator, Robot.
I was going to ask who was your main when you did play Mortal Kombat. Did you have a set character you'd always use?
Whenever I played, it was always Scorpion. It was always Scorpion or Sub-Zero would be one of the two.
No,
from the very first game, it was always because I always like playing the bad guy, and I always thought they had like the coolest powers and the coolest uniform. Them and the who was the one that looked a bit like Predator. He was like
Reptile.
a robot. He was like a robot. Like he used to fire nets out and
Noob Saibot.
Kano.
No, he was like Cypher or something like
Noob Saibot, maybe.
It might have been, yeah. He was he looked like Predator, and he had like he could fire.
Oh no, I know who you're on about. You're on about oh fuck, it's Cyborg.
So yeah, he's like a cyber, like looks like a robot kind of thing. Like he looks like a Predator, and he can fire a net out. He had like special moves.
It ain't called Cyborg. That's gonna bug me now. I know who you're on about now.
It's
like the you get the yellow one, the red one, and the
that's it.
That one,
grey one.
Yeah. And he came in. He turned up, I think, in the second game. I think he turned up in Mortal Kombat 2, his first appearance.
Yeah, you can get all three of them in like the 9th game. I'm pretty sure it was.
That's right. Yeah. There was a yellow one, a red one, and another one. That was it. Yeah.
Oh, what is it called?
I'll have to find it. I'm sure it was Cypher or something like that.
Something like that.
There's Cyrax and Sector, but I think it's Sector. At least that's the one I.
Cyrax was the yellow one. Sector was the red one.
So all three of them. Cyborg is the one that looks like Predator. I don't know if that's going to focus.
That's it. Yeah. But there was the other ones from the original one. Cyrax, that rings a bell. I think it was Cyrax and Sector and another one. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't play.
There's a green one too, I think.
Yes, there is a green one. Yes, that's it. But I've always been into I've always been into RPGs and shit, so I've never really played a huge amount of them.
Yeah, I just wanted to say this about Mortal Kombat as well. Obviously, we got the new game coming out this year.
I'm kind of waiting for that. I might get it on
and apparently, WB have already announced the DLCs that they want.
Who's that going to be?
So what I've seen rumored. So apparently, it's rumored. So
I'm pretty sure it's confirmed.
Might not be true. It might be true.
I'm 99%. I'm 99%. It's confirmed.
Omni-Man, fucking Peacemaker and Homelander.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It would be fucking sick.
That would be pretty sure. I mean, Omni-Man would fuck everybody up, but he would actually ruin everyone. I saw a cool cartoon of Omni-Man versus Homelander.
Yeah, exactly. I've seen the same cartoon. I think it'd be really sick to finally just make them just roll it out.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I love The Boys. I think it's fantastic, and I did.
I need to watch it still.
Oh mate, it's so good. It's so. I've read the comics, and it strays away from the comics, but it's still very, very good. And then obviously I've never read the Invincible stuff, but I watched Invincible, and I really enjoyed that actually. And obviously Peacemaker's fucking sick. I really enjoyed Peacemaker as well. I think I'm looking forward to the second season of that. But that'd be quite cool, man. They've got some really cool characters in the Mortal Kombat. Is it Mortal Kombat 14 or 13?
Oh, no, they've reset the whole thing. It's now Mortal Kombat 1.
It's now Mortal Kombat 1.
Oh, they're doing it all again, so they're just starting from the beginning now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so was it Mortal Kombat 12 that the recent most recent? No, it was 11, weren't it?
Yeah, and now they're going back to 1.
Don't know why I said fucking 11. But yeah, they completely reset it in 11.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough. So it's all gone back to.
I just want to go back earlier to when you were talking about anime and that, because there's like when it comes to Mortal Kombat, there's one guy who I thought would always be sick in a Mortal Kombat game who's never had. I'd love to see One Punch Man, which it'd probably be overpowered as shit. But there's how do you balance that? but
he can't lose. I think this is what I mean. So I was looking into like, there's a thing you can look at who could beat. Is Saitama, isn't his name? Is something like
Saitama.
Yeah, and I don't know, because obviously they've made it so he can't be beaten, and I think that's what the funniest thing about it is, because most of what goes on in One Punch Man is generally based around, there's other characters, isn't there, that are having like these crazy battles, and he just kind of, when he's ready, he's just there, and when he's ready, he just kind of drops in, and nobody realizes he's the one that's like killing all these people and shit like that. And I really like it, because it's got like, you've got your serious animation and you've got your gory stuff, but then you've got this kind of is surrounded by this sort of ridiculous backstory.
I think it's a really unique kind of idea. Like instead of it being, because I don't watch much anime.
He can't be beaten. He kind of longs for somebody to be able to beat him, and in the end, nobody fucking can. He's just too powerful.
Yeah, literally.
So I do like it.
Yeah, because I watch basically no anime. The only animes I watched one Dragon Ball Z film, and I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, I never watched Dragon Ball Z.
Obviously, I watched Pokemon, but the one whole anime I've sat down and watched was One Punch Man. Yes. And I thought it was such a cool concept. How instead of it being how is he going to beat this big bad, it's more of just
just quick fucking
It's just a really depressed guy who's got nothing. Really.
And I like it because they draw him so he looks so pathetic, and they change the animation style for him to make him look more ridiculous. And he doesn't have a care in the world, but he's so depressed he can't be beaten, and it's just boring for him. It's just like the most boring life, and it's like, you know, something everyone would dream of. But I like the concept that it's just no fun for him. He just cannot be beaten. He's longing for somebody to beat him. So I think that's what I'm trying. I'm trying to get One Punch Man, but I can't get it anywhere apart from in French, so it's really fucking pissing me off. So I'm going to have to probably order it on DVD at some point.
No one owns DVDs anymore.
Yeah, I know, but I'm very old.
I still do.
Yeah, see?
I grew up with the time of, buy a DVD rather than, just stream it.
Yeah. I took me a while to get used to streaming. I never liked it. I like to collect DVDs, but now it's everything is at the fucking tip of your finger, in it. It's ridiculous. I remember when we used to stream online, and you'd have to find a dodgy site and hope that you could find a decent version of a film. Whereas now you
can watch One Punch Man on Disney Plus.
Can you?
Apparently, according to Google.
Oh, I'll have to have a look at that. I haven't got Disney.
Might be US Disney Plus, not.
It might be because I haven't seen it on there. I'd say there's Hulu.
Because I'm pretty sure US Disney Plus is completely different to UK Disney Plus or something.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I'll have a look in the interval.
Yeah,
but I used to collect all the MCU movies as well. So obviously, going off of when you said you used to collect like DVDs, I used to collect all like the MCU DVDs.
Yeah. So have you got like the full collection?
No, I got up to, I think, Black Widow, and then I just stopped.
Yeah. I haven't. I'm really disappointed with like Phase 5. Is it? I think it is.
Is it still Phase 4 or Phase 5?
No, I think we've entered 5 with. I think Wakanda Forever was the start of Phase 5.
Yeah, I Phase 4 was awesome. Like Endgame was brilliant, and don't get me wrong, like No Way Home. I think it is. Is it No Way Home?
No Way Home was a masterpiece, and I will not stand for any slander.
Yeah, because I grew up with those 3 Spider-Men. I went to cinema when I was a kid to see Tobey Maguire, then Andrew Garfield, and then obviously Tom Holland. Yeah, there you go. So to see them together, that is one of that, alongside Endgame, I think, are my favourite ever Marvel films, followed closely by Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Oh, that was beautiful cinema.
Mate, I was,
in my opinion, it is like in my top 3 at least.
Yeah,
all the good decisions were made in that film.
Yeah, it was perfect way to end that. And mate, I couldn't stop crying. I swear to God, I was just like boring my eyes. I swear, I felt like my daughter was sat next to me, just like looking up, like, "What are you doing?" And I was just like, I couldn't help it. I was like, "Oh God, it's fucking killing it here." But it was so good. I think James Gunn does it perfectly. You know, he's had his own
thing. Is though, he's left it open for him to possibly return.
That's it, exactly. He hasn't closed the book completely, which is good, because although people want the perfect ending, you don't want something to be overdone. You still want to have the option to revisit it. Do you know what I mean? And have people pop up in future movies, because they said Star-Lord will be back, and I expect he will. But I've not, I've still got to watch Ant-Man, but I'm just not excited about it. I just think,
honestly,
no, they can't stop it. They couldn't stop it. They had it perfect with Thanos. Endgame was the perfect ending. All the heroes united. That film was
all
epic.
they need to do now. All they need to do is just bring Galactus in.
Yeah, because they only had him once, haven't they, in Fantastic Four, and he was shit.
Yeah, but they reset that. They reset it.
Yeah, they've done it all, haven't they?
Are you building Lego?
I'm just, I've got these little Lego things. I'm just playing with his fucking cape. I've got my Harry Potter Lego. Look. This little fucking thing, man.
Riley, like a good few episodes back, was building Lego like mid-episode. He was building was it a Lego shoe?
Yes, that shoe that's now residing up there.
I've got the Hogwarts for Christmas from my wife, like the castle thing. So I've been building that. This is like my little games room that I have at home. So it's just sitting in here at the moment.
I think for Christmas I bought myself the Sanctum from Doctor Strange.
Oh, nice, man! I saw that. Is that the one? It's got the eye monster thing that comes with it, the weird tentacle thing. Yeah. I saw that. What did you think? Again, another one of the films I was a bit like, I was so looking forward to Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, and I just wasn't that impressed. It wasn't bad. It just wasn't as good as I'd hoped.
But it should have been amazing.
Amazing. It should have been really, really
good. They were going to have Daniel Craig in it, weren't they? At some point,
doing what?
That was like, they were going to have Daniel Craig as like Baldur the Brave or some character. I'm assuming
I didn't know that. No,
but they'd announced it a good couple of months after it was released.
Oh, I see.
So it was essentially in the book. It was in the books for it, but they removed it for some strange reason. Actually, no, they removed it because apparently they would think no one would know who he is.
I feel like with that film, though, it was always going to be disappointing because how hyped everyone was for it. Because there was people oh my god, Tom Cruise is going to be here and he's going to be superior Iron Man, and Wanda Maximoff, she's going to have
that's what everyone was saying. Oh, Tom Cruise is going to be fucking Iron Man and this, that, and the other, and I was like, oh fuck,
that would have been cool.
Sick. Yeah,
that would have been cool.
It just never happened, and it was cool to see like I can't remember the name of the guys, and you saw thingies as the Fantastic, as what's his name, Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, Black Bolt was cool, and I liked how she defeated that Bolt. Yeah, that was
Black
cool.
Bolt is probably one of my favorite Marvel characters of all time.
Well, he defeated Hulk, didn't he? He's like he's like one of the strongest characters. Like one whisper and he can fucking destroy a planet or some shit. But then obviously, like they just kind of, I think it was meant as a cameo, wasn't it? So they couldn't have him as powerful. Or they needed to have a way of getting him out there pretty quick. Because the fact that she beat Charles Xavier in a mental mind fight, which would never happen. Do you know what I mean? That's his main fucking thing. But
hello, welcome back to part 3. This is where we blast out our last 2 questions. So we've had a good chat about anime and
everything but bands.
Yeah, really everything about music. But at least you won't get this on any other podcast.
No, I've enjoyed it. It might have been nice talking about anything other than ourselves, to be honest. So it's quite good.
Oh, Tom, we can be a refreshment.
Yes.
I've got one question for you. It's a much more serious tone setter than everything else we've had so far. But I'm sure you'll get through it like you've got through the rest. So I'll just come out. I'll say it. What is the best sandwich?
Oh, it's like a ham. It's like a wafer thin ham with cheese and red onion.
Ooh.
With lettuce. Ooh. and I'm trying to think, a little bit of mustard and a little bit of garlic mayonnaise. Yeah, that's fucking great. That would be my favorite kind of. Yeah. Or beef.
That is the shit. Oof.
Yeah.
Reminds me of a sandwich I used to make, actually. I used to have, it'd be a toasty, and instead of butter, I'd use mustard, as I toast it. So it's like mustard bread, and then just corned beef with some cheese.
Yeah,
I'll tell you, it was the
corned
shit,
beef hash. Yeah,
mate.
corned beef hash. Corned beef hash is bomb. Yeah, I haven't had corned beef hash for years, but I fucking love corned beef. I enjoy. Cutler, what was your favourite sandwich? Apart from you, you are.
What was you gonna say?
You knew what I was gonna say.
I know where it was going straight away, mate. Go on, say it.
I was just gonna say something like, "What's your favourite sandwich?" Except not the one where you're the meat between Big Pete and Big Dave, but the other kind of sandwich that you actually eat.
Oh, you took my wind down my fucking wings, man. I was going to say that. But no, I'm really basic bitch and I like cheese and pickles. A simple cheese and pickle sandwich. And I'm happy.
I hate pickle. Actually, no, I like pickle. I hate gherkins. I like pickle.
I agree with you. I hate gherkins.
No,
I have to take them out of everything. Yeah.
Gherkins
I ordered one of those giant deals off of Amazon. Do you know where you get the bits you dip it into and you get those kits? And they deliver them. They're massive. Yeah, I tried and it's absolute shit, so don't bother. Yeah. And I like gherkins. So.
No, I take them out of McDonald's sandwiches.
Oh, give them to me next time.
I've seen them all over Instagram because I follow one of the sweet companies that send it all out to you.
Yeah, the pickle.
And they do those pickle kits, and they're just odd. I don't know why you do them.
No, I don't understand that. You can get the coming bags and shit, and I'm like, oh, that's fucking rank. Who would buy that? I saw them the other day in this post office, and it was like bag pickles.
Well, I don't shit, so I wouldn't bother.
I'll try anything once.
No, there you go. Don't say that.
Yeah. I'm happy to say that both of you have passed.
Excellent.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I love how he's just started getting it further and further away, just so he makes his eye bigger.
What's your final question then, guys?
Right.
Oh, mate.
The last question.
Amazing.
Big one.
Yeah.
Big old thinker.
I'll explain the rules. I'm going to ask you to make a band. Okay. Now, you can work together or separately, whatever you prefer. You can have as many people on as many instruments as you want in this band, but you must have at least the core fundamentals of drummer, singer, guitarist, bassist. They can be dead or alive. They will be alive in the band unless you specifically request them not to be. You can be in the band.
Can we use the guitarist? So can we use so for the guitarist, could it be a guitarist / singer and a lead singer?
Yeah, sure. You can have a music man if you want. But one last rule, if you want to put someone on an instrument, they will not magically learn to play that instrument.
So it's got to be somebody who can play the instrument.
Unless you want to make a complete shithouse.
Okay. All right, so Cutler, should we work together on this?
Yeah, let's do a joint band, mate. So you can pick an instrument first, we'll take it in turns.
Leads what? Freddie? David? Cornell? Which one?
Oh, I love Freddie Mercury, but if are we going rock band, proper rock band, a bit harder rock, or whatever the fuck we want?
We can do
Cornell, here's a contender, mate.
Yeah, Chris Cornell.
If I choose, I'll pick Skylar Croom from He Is Legend. But
I think for all rounding, I think you got to go with Cornell, haven't you?
Yeah, I'd like David Gilmour on the guitar.
Okay, what about drums? Grohl?
Yeah.
I think Grohl.
He's an easy choice.
What about bass? Lemmy? Because then you get the backing vocals as well. You get Lemmy's vocals.
Yeah, you got a bit of backing breath going.
And he's got some good gravel. And then
I'd go Ricky Tambor on the guitar, mate, so we can have like the rock vocals going on in there as well to mix it up a bit.
And then Elton John on piano in the background because he can get down with any eyes. And then just Bez from the Happy Mondays. Who?
Terry Crews on the flute.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And then Bez from the Happy Mondays just kind of bouncing around the stage off his nut on Mitsubishi's.
Yeah, I think that's I'm gonna throw a banjo in there. And Steve Martin is a phenomenal banjo player, mate.
Oh, he is a good banjo player. He is a good banjo player. I've seen him on SNL.
On the
Yeah.
banjo.
Steve Martin on the banjo, and then for backing vocals, who hits a good falsetto? What do you think?
Mercury.
Freddie Mercury.
He's not the main or nothing.
You can't. No, it's going to be hard. Chester Benningfield.
He'll be good in there. As backing, or maybe join.
Or David Bowie.
I thought sound had gone then. It went really quiet.
Yeah.
No, I was lost in thought then. No, I think that'll be good. I think we'll leave the. I think we'll leave the backing vocals.
So is this it? Is that your final band?
So we've got Cornell on lead, Grohl on drums, Lemmy on bass, Gilmore on guitar, Elton John on piano, and Bez. Steve Martin on banjo, and Bez from the Happy Mondays just sort of provided backing dancing.
And Terry Crews on the flute.
And Terry Crews also. Yeah.
So, but is that it?
The amount of times we've had Bez from the Happy Mondays.
You got to have Bez.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure we've had that as well. We've had so many random additions.
It's like your dream band, isn't it? Your fantasy football team. It's you put together who you want.
Yeah,
I mean that would
probably
sound terrible in real life, but
it would be worth seeing it once.
It would be 100%.
Absolutely, yeah.
I'll go to
Steve Martin.
But that is all the questions that we've got for you. So unless there's any questions that you've got to ask us.
No, we just want to say thank you for having us on.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming on.
For being very entertaining. It's been a lot of fun, actually. The time has flown. I've really enjoyed it.
I know. It's flown a lot.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, but it's been good. You know what I say. So yeah, I just want to say thank you to you guys. And
as they say, what? Yeah. What you know as they say? Say what?
You what?
You know as they say, and then you didn't say what they say.
I don't know what I said. I was waffling.
But yeah, so make sure to go check out the Bit Dirty, proper quality music. So and go to their Instagram, follow them, and then while they're there, might as well follow us. And then you can come back here. You can do the subscribes and the likes, and then comment if you like this more relaxed, less question-based format. Because I for one have really enjoyed it. It's felt more conversationally.
So have
I. Chatting shit for like an hour.
Just really chatting a lot of shite, but it's been great. So thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode.